So today I'll be talking about liquidity. I'll be talking about liquidity. So what is liquidity? Basically, liquidity is what? Flow of money, where there is money or where money is sitting in the market. That's liquidity. In the layman terms, liquidity means what? Flow of money in the market, where there is money. That is what liquidity. So liquidity, I said, is what? Basically, the basic term for liquidity is what? Flow of money, or wherever there is money, there's what? Liquidity. So there are four types of liquidity I want you to know. We have what? Equal top liquidity. This is top, this is one, this is two. So we call it what? Equal top liquidity. Then we have equal low liquidity. One, two. There are two lows. So they are what? Equal. So we call them what? Equal low liquidity. And then we have what? Range liquidity. And then we have trend line liquidity. So what's the logic behind this liquidity? Equal top liquidity. The reason behind it is that whenever you see an equal high or equal high like this, when you see two equal high like this, there is always a trap. So liquidity is what is just like is what these guys use, the smart money, what they use to get into the market. Just like I said, inducement is also part of liquidity. But now liquidity in a general term is what? It's more of like a flow of money, or where there is money in the market. So wherever you see a high like this, there's what? Liquidity sitting above this level. That's money. There's money here. Why is this so? Because when people see too high like this, many people want to buy from this level. Many people want to sell. It's just like people will be like, okay, was here before, and now market is currently here. Now let me begin to sell, right? So there are people who have their stop losses sitting above this level. There are those who have their stop losses sitting above this level to sell, and there are those who have their buy stop orders to wait for market to break out of this level to buy. And there are those who would set their self-stop limits above this level. So there are lots of orders sitting around this level. And wherever orders are sitting, there is liquidity, there is money sitting there. Plenty people, their stop losses will be sitting around this zone. There are those looking for waiting for the market to break out and to buy, and their stop losses will be around this zone. There are those who are looking for the market to sell and who set their stop losses above this level. And there are those who set their sell limits around this zone, waiting for market to reach this level and begin to sell, right? So what does this mean? This means there is liquidity sitting around this zone. So if you want to trade this kind of market, what do? You wait for it, because there will always be what we call sweep of liquidity. That's when liquidity is going to be taken. This sweep of liquidity is a way for the big guys, the smart money to get into the market. These guys, as I told you, I said they have plenty money and they cannot dump all their money at once into the market. It will cause a distortion in the market, right? So what they do is they cause these liquidities. They set traps. All these things are traps so that they can be able to buy at a cheaper rate at different levels. So what they do is that they will set all these things. All these things you are seeing are trap. So what they will do is that they will cause a sweep of liquidity. Market will do something like this, right? Before it begins to sell. Now, what do you notice? All the people that have stop losses around this zone, their stop losses will not be taken. You will not get stopped out, right? Their stop losses will be taken. Meaning all their position will be sold at a cheaper rate to these big guys with money. That's the essence of all these zones. We call it this example is called equal top or equal high liquidity. Now the next one is equal low liquidity. What do you think will happen around this zone? There is equal level. So this level will be like a level of interest to many traders, those who trade support and resistance levels. So this level will be like a level of interest to many traders. And then what does that mean? There will be liquidity sitting at the bottom of this level, right? There will be liquidity sitting at the bottom of this level. So liquidity means where orders are sitting, and wherever there are orders, there are money sitting there. That's the essence of liquidity, right? That's the essence of liquidity. So what does this mean? Many people have their stop losses below this what equal low. Those who are trading support and resistance level, they'll have their what stop losses sitting below this level. Those who want to buy will set their stop losses below this level, waiting for market to come back to this level and begin to buy. Those who want to wait for the market to break out at this level, do not set their stop losses above this level. They are also having their orders sitting at this zone, right? Also, thank you. Also, those who want to buy their set their buy limit at this zone will also have their stop losses sitting at this level. Then, if you observe something, liquidity must always be taken. So you should always be cautious if you see setups or levels like this, or for those who trade support and resistance, you should always be cautious. Always wait for sweep of liquidity. Instead of market to buy at this zone, market will do something like this before it buys, right? What does this mean? This means what? A sweep of liquidity. Liquidity has been taken. All these people having their stop losses sitting below this level now have their position being sold at a very cheaper rate. They are now taken out of this position. If you were patient enough to wait for this sweep of liquidity, you can get your entry and join the big guys and follow where the money is going. That's the essence of liquidity. So equal top liquidity, there is a trap there. Equal low liquidity, there's also a trap there. Now range liquidity. There's what we call, when you see a market ranging, for those who trade ranging market, range market is basically all about support and resistance, right? So range market is basically support and resistance level, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those who trade range market, what does this mean? There's liquidity sitting below this support level, and there's liquidity sitting above this support level, because all these levels are zone of interest. This is the support and resistance level, right? This is the resistance level, and this is what? This is the support level. So what does this mean? There are liquidity sitting at these two levels, right? There are liquidity sitting at these two levels, because we have traders who trade support and resistance levels, right? So what does this mean? It means many others, there are those who are waiting for market to come back to this resistance level and begin to sell, right? Meaning many stop losses will be sitting above this level, meaning orders will be placed at this level. And wherever I said there are orders, there will be liquidity around that zone. Where there is order, there is money sitting there. So many people will place their stop loss above this level, waiting for the market to sell. Many will place their breakouts, their resistance, their stop loss around this level, waiting for market to break out of this resistance level and begin to buy. So orders are sitting around this zone. And what does this mean? This means there's a liquidity around this zone. So if you want to trade this kind of ranging market, what do? Wait for what? Wait for a sweep of liquidity. Wait for market to take liquidity at this zone and begin to sell. When you see this zone has been taken out, meaning all the stop losses sitting here has been taken out, then you can look for opportunity to join the market. That's sweep of liquidity. Liquidity has already been swept by these big guys. Then you can jump on the trend and follow where the money is going. So if level, there are many people also waiting for the market to come back to this zone, right, and begin to reverse to this same resistance level. And then, if you notice something, there are lots of orders sitting, stop loss orders will be sitting around this zone, because there are many people waiting for market to come back and tap into this, and they want to buy from this support level. And there are also those who place their buy limit at this level. Now, what does this mean? These big guys will take liquidity before the market begin to buy. Market will do something like this. Take liquidity first before it begins to buy. So what does this mean? You should always wait for sweep of liquidity. Liquidity is what fuels the market. Without liquidity, markets can never move. So liquidity is just like a petrol, just as petrol is to what is to car. That's how liquidity is to the market. So liquidity must always be taken before market will move in a specific direction. That's the essence of liquidity. So liquidity, these guys, they need what? These big guys with money, they need a subsidized way to enter into the market. So they want to use these guys as scapegoats. All these retail traders, they will use them as what scapegoats. They will set trap for them because they know these guys trade this resistance and support level, and many people will be placing their stop losses above this resistance or support level, below this support level. So these guys use them as scapegoats, take liquidity, meaning they will take their money and buy their position at a very cheaper rate. That's the essence of what liquidity. Now, that's that for raise liquidity. Now, let's talk about trendline liquidity. There are trendline traders. There are those who trade trendline. I'll show you how to mark out trendline on subsequent classes. But for now, just have it at the back of your mind. There's what we call a trendline. Trendline liquidity. When the market is trending either up or down, there is always liquidity there. So there are those who trade trendline. They're just pure trendline traders. So what does this mean? This means that what liquidity is sitting at this level because many people place their stop losses at this one. They are above this trend line, and many will place their sell limit orders at this zone, depending on where the market is going. So many stop losses will be placed above this level. Now, what these guys will do, these smart money guys or these big guys with money, what they will do is what they will set trap. They will create a trend line like this. They will set trap. Now, people that have their money sitting, their stop losses sitting above this zone, this trend line zone, there is money sitting there, right? Because many people place their orders, those who trade trend line. Now, instead of market to tap into the line exactly and begin to fall, market will never do that. Market will first break out of this trend line. And those who think maybe the market is about to change direction, begin to buy. Market will take liquidity both sides. Market will do something like this, right? Market will break out and pretend as if it is going to buy. And instead, market will now come back and go towards its normal direction. So what this means is that market took out liquidity. You want liquidity on both sides. It took out liquidity from there and then begin to fall. That's the essence of liquidity. Liquidity is meant to trap traders into luring them into placing their stop losses at key obvious level that you know that definitely liquidity has to be taken before the market will move. So I'm telling you this now just to have it at the back of your mind that you should always wait for a sweep of liquidity. Sweep of liquidity. I'll keep on talking about it in our subsequent classes. Sweep of liquidity. You will see it, you will use a long wick or maybe sharp movement and then fall back towards the intended direction. That's the essence of sweep of liquidity. Now, let's go to the live chart. Let me show you the example. We have equal top liquidity. See example here. This is equal I, right? This is equal I. What do you see? Do you see this long wick, right? Now, this is a sweep of liquidity. Many people would have placed their stop losses above this level. They will place their stop losses for those who trade. Now, this is a higher time frame. I didn't use a lower time frame. You see, it's very clean. But this is a higher time frame. That's why it's very tiny. Now, liquidity is sitting above this level, right? Now, you can see this long wick breaking above this resistance zone. This is a sweep of liquidity. This long wick you are seeing, and then the sharp drop is a sweep, telling you that it's a sweep of liquidity. So after this sweep of liquidity, you can get your entry anywhere and market will play out perfectly fine. Because you can see after the sweep of liquidity, the market will just begin to fall. Because those guys have already done what that level is meant to do. They've lured people into taking position around this zone, taking their stop losses, taking their position at a very cheaper rate, and then begin to take the market in the actual intended direction. That's for the equal top liquidity. Now for equal low liquidity, check this level. We have low here, low here. What this market did, market sharply broke below it, taking liquidity. This is a sweep of liquidity of this low, this equal low. This is a sweep of liquidity. So there is liquidity sitting here. All the stop losses below this level would have been taken out, right? Would have been taken out. And what do you see after that? After market took this liquidity at this zone, what do you see? Market now reversed towards what? Towards the internal direction. So you should always wait for what? Wait for sweep of liquidity before you would take your position. When you see a key obvious level, equal top, equal low, and then trend line. Now wait, look at this trend line liquidity. Look at this trend line. You can see this sharp move. These are all what? Sweep of liquidity, right? After this sharp move, what do you see? Market now begin to buy. That's the essence of what? Liquidity. Liquidity is meant to what? Sweep the liquidity before it goes towards the what? The intended direction. That's for trend line liquidity. Now, range liquidity. Now look at this liquidity. Market is ranging. What do you see? Market took liquidity here and also took liquidity here before breaking out of this structure. So market will always take liquidity either at the top, that's the resistance level, or at the bottom in a ranging market. Because there are liquidity sitting above these levels and below this level. You can see this sharp move, this sharp wick, and then sharp movement, sharp down movement is what? A sweep of liquidity. There will always be a sweep of liquidity. So that's that for type of liquidity. There are what I said there are 4 types. There are 4 types: equal top, equal low, range liquidity, and then what? Trend line liquidity. So I think that's that for liquidity. If you have any question, you can go on. Any question? Any question?
Not for now.
Not for now. So it means you understood everything, right?
Yes.
All right. So I think that's that for today. That's that for liquidity. And tomorrow we can have a revision class, then and do some topics tomorrow. So you can stop there for today now.
Okay.
All right. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Guys, thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.